Howdy, guys, and welcome to Cliff Notes, and welcome to night 96 of the overnight feed recaps for Big Brother season 25. All right, after tonight, our last night's live episode, we now have our final three. And after 10 or so hours of the feeds being down, we also know who won part one of the final three-part HOH competition. We're going to talk about both of them. It's going to be an abbreviated Cliff Notes this morning because we did have the feeds down for so long, but important information to be getting out there. First of all, let's talk about the live episode in case any of y'all missed it. We had Jag having to make the decision between Felicia and Matt, and he decided to keep Matt. Yeah, he sent Felicia out the door. His heart won out over his mind, I think, over his head at the end of the thing. He had said it was going to be heart versus head, and it looks like the heart won because he kept his loyalty intact. He kept Matt. I do believe that Felicia could be right. Jag may have just also given up his chance at $750,000. I think Matt's a much more dangerous opponent than Felicia was, but we shall find out. So the feeds were down, as I said, for about 10 or so hours. Let me talk, first of all, real quick before we talk about that. They showed the final veto competition, dates, and dates and events they had to put in order. I got to say, I kind of like that competition. First of all, they all did it at the same time. So whoever won immediately knew they won. Everyone else knew they'd won as well. I gotta say, they are having to get really tricky with these memory competitions because everyone did such a good job of memorizing everything. So the comps they had, or the events that they had to remember days for, weren't just who won HOH on this day, who got evicted on this day, who got evicted on a unanimous vote. That'd be so many days this season. But no, it's things like, what day did Corey put on America's clothing? Things like that. They had to really get really tricky. These house guests are getting good, but I did enjoy the competition, which Jag had won to earn him the right to send someone out the door. And again, he sent out Felicia. I think that could be a mistake. All right, let's talk about the feeds themselves. I went to sleep with the feeds on, hearing that Big Brother theme song over and over and over in my head. Woke up to discover, woke up about, I don't know, 5:20 or so Houston time. So 3:20 in the morning, the house guests finally get back in, or at least the feeds come on. It looks like they had just gotten back in because we had people in the shower and things like that. But we do have a winner. The winner of part one of the three-part HOH competition is Matt. Yeah, Matt won this competition. He came that close to going out the door. Now he's won the competition. So he'll be competing in the final part, the third part of the HOH competition against either Bowie Jane or Jag. Matt has won the first one. We don't know a lot about the competition, but we do have a few things. Apparently involved hanging on to something while spinning. So maybe similar to the one that Blue had won a while back, hanging on to the rope perhaps, but there had to be a little bit of a different, but hanging on to something while it was spinning. We know Bowie Jane doesn't like those kind of comps. And we don't know how long, who fell first, who the final two were. We do know that Matt won this thing. However, Bowie Jane's talking about it being freezing. That backyard can get a little cold, even during summertime in the middle of the night. I can only picture now that had to be a little bit colder. I don't know that there was any water involved. Could be. We haven't really heard, but she's talking about how freezing it was. Apparently, the comp itself lasted for about 2 hours or so. She's also telling Matt, Bowie Jane, she's also telling Matt that she can't think of anyone who could have ever beat Matt in that competition. So yeah, they held on to a strong. They held on to an athlete, a swimmer, for this final competition. All right, so we've got Jag and Bowie Jane already laughing, regretting, joking with each other about their decision. Both of them are saying that they still think that keeping Matt was the right decision over Felicia. Really? You think? I'm not so sold on it, guys. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. They may spend a lot of time for the rest of their lives going over in their heads what could have happened if they'd done something differently. But for right now, they're saying even though Matt won, we still think it was the right decision. They're still trying to pump each other up. That that was the right way to go. But having said that, they also are talking about it with each other, saying first of all that Matt held on forever. Felicia would have fallen off within just the first couple of minutes, and that Matt was so dominant this competition. There were times that he was hanging on with just a single hand. So apparently he turned it on. Could he have been sandbagging the whole time? Could Matt have just been going at half speed and now he's putting it all together? We don't know, but they are impressed that he was doing as well as he did and realizing that Felicia maybe wouldn't have done quite as well. They are laughing, joking with each other, saying that our boy's going to win this thing. He's going to win it unanimous. And then they're laughing, saying, well, no, he'll have one vote that doesn't go towards him because we'll vote for each other. Which one of us goes, we'll vote for the other one. So he won't win unanimous. He'll win 6-1 probably. So they're saying it jokingly, but that's got to be the fear in their heads, right? They've already talked about how strong Matt would be if he made it to the end. They heard Felicia going on and on about it as well. So they are worried about that, certainly. And with that, everyone showers, everyone talks for just a minute, but that's about it. That's the crux of the conversation. Everyone in bed just after 5 o'clock or so. I imagine Big Brother's going to let them sleep in a little bit today. There's nothing left to do except a comp or two over the next couple of days. So there you have it. Matt has won. He's guaranteed him a spot in the final competition that is going to be on Thursday night. So how's it going to work out going forward? Matt's won the first comp. Sometime today or tomorrow, over the next couple of days, there'll be a second competition between Bowie Jane and Jag. That one tends to be a little bit more of a skill-based type deal mixed in with a mental competition. During my season, it involved Nicole and Holly having to do some like climbing with harnesses up onto giant mountains that had different dates and memories and everything. We won't get dates and memories. Well, we may. We just had it here for this final veto, but we could get something again. But I expect some kind of little bit of a skill, maybe mixed in with some type of memory competition as well. The winner of that between Bowie, Jane, and Jag will then face off against Matt on Thursday night, with the winner deciding, well, the winner getting to sit in one of those final two chairs and making their pitch to the jury and deciding who they want to take along with them. So certainly we are not going to see the final two competition between Matt and Bowie Jane. They had gone on and on talking about how that's what they wanted, because at that point they take each other. They're both golden. We're not going to get that. We got a little wrinkle in the plans because Matt's going to be one of the competitors. We now just have to determine who's going to be the other one, Bowie Jane or Jag, and then who wins that competition. Now, excuse me. Now, having said all of that, I still think Jag makes it to the final two. I think Bowie Jane takes Jag. I think Matt takes Jag both, unless Matt wins the whole thing, and between now and then Bowie Jane is able to convince Matt that, or let Matt know that Jag was getting ready to cut him loose or something. Maybe something could happen, but I think Jag's going to make it into the final two chair. But if Matt wins this final competition and he drags Jag into that chair, I think Matt wins this thing going away. I truly do. If he takes Bowie Jane, he wins it going away. If Jag or Bowie Jane end up winning it, I think Bowie Jane takes Jag. And maybe Jag wins. I don't know. The key now is who drags who to the end. So we'll find out. But I wanted to give you all the information. Final three, Jag, Matt, Bowie Jane. But Matt's already won the first competition. Is that much closer to punching his ticket to a final two seat? It's all going to come down now to Bowie and Jag in the next round of the competition to see who faces off against Matt. There you have it. Feeds down for quite a while, but so nice they came back, and we now know who part one winner is. Guys, y'all have a fantastic Monday. Enjoy your day. I'll be talking about all of that this evening with Cliff Notes Live, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central on this same YouTube channel. We'll talk about the repercussions, what we think's going to happen, how the next couple of days are going to go, opinions, thoughts. Y'all think Jag made the right decision, or maybe not so much? We'll talk about it all. Cliff Notes Live tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Check it out. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to give y'all the update. We may have the part 2 of the competition, maybe not, but I'll be back tomorrow either way to tell you what's going on inside the Big Brother house. Y'all have a great Monday. Cheers, my friends. SKD 143. Bye.